If this message found you today, your guardian angels are encouraging you to pay attention because the confusion you've been feeling lately is about to make more sense. A side of you is telling you to be cautious, while the other is asking you to risk it all for someone who might feel the same. The angels say, part of you wants to stay quiet, play it safe, and not stir the waters. But another part of you is wondering if now might be the time to speak up, to take a risk, to see if the feelings you're sensing are actually mutual. But how would you even begin that conversation? What if you're wrong? What if this feeling is just your mind playing tricks on you? These are the questions that keep circling, quietly holding you back while your heart beats just a little faster around them. Still, you can't shake the idea that there's something there, something unspoken but real. And maybe deep down, you've always been the kind of person who notices the little things. How their voice softens when they talk to you, how they pause a little longer when you enter the room. You've picked up on it, haven't you? You're not imagining things. In fact, your sensitivity to subtle energy is something rare. Most people overlook what you seem to catch without trying. That awareness you carry, it's part of your gift. You feel what others try to hide, and the fact that you've sensed this shift, even without confirmation, speaks volumes about your emotional depth. You're not just reacting, you're perceiving. The way your energy shifts around each other isn't just a coincidence. And for you to even be here, considering whether now is the time to act, says a lot about the depth of your feelings and your courage. You've probably noticed someone close to you pulling back. They've been quieter than usual, distant, almost like something shifted. You've tried to understand what's going on, and part of you is worried that you did something wrong. In a way, something you did change things, but not in the way you're thinking. There was a moment, maybe small, maybe fleeting, where the way you looked at them said more than words could. That moment hasn't left their mind. It caught them off guard. It made them question what they thought they knew about your relationship. They didn't expect to see you that way. Not like that. Not with that much vulnerability in your eyes. It was just a glance, but it held more meaning than an entire conversation. And in that moment, everything shifted for them. Suddenly, the boundaries they quietly accepted felt blurry. The walls they built around their emotions began to tremble. That one moment forced them to revisit all the feelings they had tried to push away. Have you ever had a moment like that? One small, surprising experience that stayed with you longer than it should have, looping in the back of your mind for days, maybe weeks. That's what happened to them. And now, every time they remember it, they wonder, was it just them? Or did you feel it too? That kind of lingering emotion doesn't just fade, it sits quietly, waiting for clarity. And that's why they've been distant, not because they're unsure about you, but because they're unsure of how to handle what this means. You may not see it, but you've stirred something in them that hasn't surfaced in a long time. That's not something people take lightly. Especially not someone who values connection the way they do. Since then, they've stepped back, not because they're angry, but because they're overwhelmed. They're spending more time thinking about you than they expected to. That one look awakened something they had tried to let go of. I repeat, a side of you is telling you to be cautious, while the other is asking you to risk it all for someone who might feel the same. They've been hoping for something more between you, but they had accepted that it probably wouldn't happen. Then you gave them a reason to hope again, and now they don't know what to do with that. Instead of reaching out, they've gone quiet because they're scared that they misread everything, scared of ruining what you already have. And maybe you felt that fear too, that aching question of whether speaking up would change everything for the worse. It's easier to stay silent when the cost of honesty could be losing what's already good. But deep down, you know silence won't protect you forever. It only delays what your heart already knows. Sometimes holding back feels safer, but it also keeps joy at arm's length. You deserve more than almost love or quiet hope. But what if the silence is what ends up hurting most? What if staying quiet means letting something real slip through your fingers? Sometimes not knowing is its own kind of heartbreak. Would you rather spend your days wondering what if, or would you rather know for sure? You've been brave in so many areas of your life, choosing kindness, showing up for others, and pushing forward even when things were hard. Why not give that same courage to your own heart? You've waited long enough, haven't you? For a sign, for a nudge. Maybe this message is that sign. Maybe this is the moment when you finally choose to stop holding back. What if the very thing you're afraid to say is the one thing they're dying to hear? You've got nothing to prove, but so much waiting to be discovered if you do. And most of all, scared of being rejected by someone they already admire so much. You haven't done anything wrong. You've just made them feel something. And they're trying to protect themselves from the possibility that it might not be real. But if it is real for you too, don't be afraid to show it. Don't hide from your emotions. You've always been someone who embraces who they are, and your feelings deserve the same honesty. This person already sees your value. They feel safe around you. You inspire them more than you know. If you feel something too, now might be the moment to say so. You could be the one to bring them clarity in the same way they're making you question your own heart. You've always had a quiet strength, one that doesn't demand attention, but earns respect. And right now, that strength could open a door neither of you expected. Maybe it's not about grand gestures or perfect timing. Maybe it's just about being real. Because sometimes the bravest thing you can do is let your heart be seen exactly as it is. And if they don't feel the same, you'll still walk away knowing you were honest. You'll still hold your head high, knowing you honored what was true for you. That kind of honesty always leaves light in its wake. There's nothing wrong with wanting more. There's nothing wrong with hoping. This concludes the message from your guardian angels. I want to end with a prayer for you. Lord, give them the courage to trust their heart when fear whispers doubt, and help them recognize the beauty in their vulnerability. Strengthen their spirit to speak the truth, even when silence feels safer. Let them be met with grace, whether the answer is love returned or a lesson revealed. Amen. And if your heart is asking you to take a chance, maybe that's because it already knows there's something worth reaching for. Type 808 to claim this message and the blessings inside for your own. Try and leave a positive comment for other viewers who might need a positivity boost in their day. The universe sees it as an act of kindness that fuels the cycle of good karma. You'll be spreading positivity and receiving the universe's blessings in return. Let's uplift each other and create waves of good energy together. Did you know there's a possible image of your real soulmate that you can look at right now? It might be someone you know or someone that you haven't met. It's amazing how accurate these have been. You have to see the photo to see what I mean. Click the link in the description to get your soulmate sketch. An important message is waiting for you in the next video. Will you hear it?